Welcome to the Dog Talk Podcast, episode number 5. Today we got Drew Henderson, right-handed pitcher for the Bird Dogs, a starter. He started the season as a reliever, transitioned to a starter. Of course, I'm Spencer Pattison, the Bird Dogs Broadcaster, episode 5. Drew, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Glad to have you. It's nice to see you. It was great having you all season here because you were the only one to laugh at my jokes. So I really needed to get you on, boost my ego a little bit, and who knows, maybe you'll laugh again.
I got you. Gotcha.
Good, because I need that. Um, well, how's the off season going for you?
It's going well. Um, Working, making a little bit of money, getting back in throwing shape. I've been throwing, started throwing. I took a month off when I got back home. So let's see. I started throwing again like beginning of October. Bullpen started beginning of November. I had to build up for about a month. Um, so it's been going well. Just trying to stay healthy, develop a routine. It's hard to develop a off-season routine for I don't know however long we're home, 7 months, 8 months maybe. Um, but I've been using Chat GPT a little bit. That
There
actually
you go.
helps. I'm not gonna lie. Luke Truman showed me that one because I was like, man, I'm struggling with the routine. This was during the season, and he was like, dude, just use Chat GPT, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Write it, dude. It works. I'm telling you, they got Chat's got some good stuff on there for some routines. But
Yeah,
yeah,
sometimes you just need to be told what to do. And that's
I
exactly what
know,
that does for you.
and it makes it easier when I'm not trying to just figure it out on my own. Because like I have so much stuff I could do, but like it's hard to put it all together into one little thing. So using ChatGPT it does help because I can see it on the screen right there. Just read it. All right, this is what I got to do today. So that's pretty easy. But yeah, no. Other than that, been just working, throwing, lifting, putting on some poundage. I put on like 12 pounds since I've been back. So that's the goal is to get to 180. I think I'm at 173 right now, maybe. So I got a little bit more, but um,
Nice.
yeah, 4,000 calories a day.
Dang.
That's the key.
A lot of Whataburger. A lot of Whataburger down there in
Yeah,
Texas.
that's right.
Of
That's
course,
right.
you're in Fort Worth now. That's where you're from. Uh, what, what? I know you coached some high school baseball. What's that been like this off season? And then of course, high school baseball season starting up again soon.
Yeah, I know. We start practice on January 12th. It's been good. This is my third year doing it. I was there. I'm at Grapevine Faith Christian School, and I was there in 23, 24, and then 24, 25. So this is my third year doing it. And this past season, back in May, um, of course, I left for Kinston on like April 28th, and that's about when they started playoffs. I missed. They made the state championship. I missed the whole playoff run. Just, I mean, I was where I wanted to be, obviously, but like, I just had to sit there and watch in my room on Game Changer, just every game, just rooting from like 1,300 miles away. But no, they ended up making it to the state championship, but they did lose, but that's okay. Um, I think that's the furthest they've ever made it. But I was like, of course, the one time I have to leave early, you guys go all the way, so that's fun. But this year will be fun. We hired Jonathan Lucroy as one of our assistant coaches, so it's been fun getting to hang out with him, get to know him better, and he's a really big help. I can tell already he's gonna really make a change and just help us be even better. He mainly works with the catchers, obviously, and like hitting, but since he was a 11-year big leaguer, so he's caught Hall of Fame pitchers, and he can coach our pitchers just as well. He honestly might be coaching them better than me, so I might not have a job soon because I'm the pitching coach, but we'll see.
Well, hey, I mean, just to have a big leaguer by your side, be able to ask questions too and learn from, I'm sure is a huge help and nice to have right in your backyard. Um, Texas weather is nice. I know I'm going there for Christmas, so I'm excited to. I saw the weather's going to be like 70s. Oh, it's going to be
Yeah,
phenomenal.
yeah, no, that's it's different every year. Like this year it'll be like, yeah, I saw that it'll be like 70 degrees next week, but there was one year we got a foot of snow on Christmas. One year it's 70 degrees. Another year I mean, it's different every year. You can't predict it. Like, oh, it's gonna be cold this year. Well, it might be
Yeah.
70 degrees.
I'm excited about it. I think the weather looks nice to me, and it's not extremely cold here or anything, but it's not exactly warm. But I like the warmth. That's what I'm excited for. Well, let's talk about your season with the Bird Dogs. You started the season as a reliever. It's your second season in pro ball after playing in the Pecos League in 2024. Um, and a big jump up going from the Pecos to the Frontier League. And you had a really solid year, 25 appearances, 12 games started, 79 innings, and a 5.13 ERA. And you had some ridiculous stretches in there. To start out the season, uh, you had five for your first five appearances, you didn't give up a run. Talk to me about the beginning of the season when you got here, kind of what you expected and how that first initial sequence of being a bird dog went.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect, honestly. Everything was like really new. Um, I don't know, better players, bigger stadium, like all that stuff. I was like, kind of like, dang, I've never been somewhere like this before, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, no, I didn't know what to expect. Just all I was really thinking about was just to get through spring training. You know, like the 2 weeks we had of practice and like scrimmages and stuff like that. I was like, just perform there, and then wherever they need me, they need me in the bullpen, they need me to start. Like, I mean, I can do it. So, I mean, that was pretty much my goal, just to make it through spring training and get on the make the roster. That's pretty much it. I don't know what else to expect.
Well, you made the roster. You played really well. And you started that season as a reliever, transition to a starter, which is what you were in 2024 and what you wanted to be. Here, of course, you were willing to play wherever you needed to, but you know, being a starter was your goal. What was that transition like in mid-June, going from reliever to a starter?
It was honestly a lot easier because I've done it for so long. Like 24, I was a starter. Um, I did both in college, so like I kind of already knew. Like, all right, I know what to expect from the pen. I know what to expect to start. So it was pretty easy. And starting is just about having a routine, pretty much, because you throw every fifth or sixth day. Um, so you throw. Usually, I throw. Take the next day off. Throw light the next day. Like it's just like you have a routine between the 4 and 5 days, and so it just kind of your body gets real used to it. Bullpen though, you don't know when your name's really going to be called, so you're just sitting there, like, waiting, and then, like, something happens and you think, oh, like, I could be called next. But there are also 8 other guys next to you that their names could be called too, so everyone's just kind of, like, ready, having to, like, stay locked in. And then sometimes your name gets called, you get that rush of adrenaline, you start throwing, then you go in, but sometimes it's, you get your name called, hey, start warming up, all right, adrenaline boost, start throwing, and then they get out of the inning. Oh, you got to sit down now. And then they're like, hey, he's going back out for like another. Be ready though. So like it's up and down. But starting, there's a whole routine. So you just, I mean, your body's so used to it. So that's why I like it.
Yeah, I feel like the bullpen liked when you were starting, because there wasn't too many instances where they had to stand up and sit back down. I feel like you had some really fun starts, and you're really solid for a lot of those, and very fun to watch. Your first start, let's talk about that. Is against Tri-City. You went 6 innings, gave up one hit, and struck out seven. Phenomenal start, and I believe you had a no hitter for quite a while as well. It just felt natural. You being a starter, you had built up some innings in relief, and you come out and you just shove. What was that first start like?
Oh, it felt great. It felt amazing. I didn't I didn't expect to go on. I didn't expect to go 6 innings because I think I'd only built up to maybe 3 innings out of the pen. So I was like, yeah, I'll maybe go 4 today, 5 possibly. if my arm can handle it, because you got to build up the pitch count. And I think after 4 innings, I was at like maybe 50 something pitches, 60. I can't remember, but it was lower. And I was like, oh, like, all right, I can go another one. And then went the fifth. And I had 5 no-hit innings, so I was like, yeah, I'm going again. And went in the sixth inning, gave up a hit. That's all right. But no, I felt good. It felt natural. Um, like even in game, you get more of like a routine. Like you go out there, you throw your inning, go in there, sit down. Like even everything I do in the dugout, like sitting down, take my glove off, take my hat off, put it on top, like same spot, sit down, relax, get a. We have a we have an ice cooler full of towels. So get one of those, cool. I mean, just everything. So it's just, I don't know, it feels easier. It's more calming, I guess. But yeah, no, I felt great that start, and it was really fun.
Now that was the start that I believe Cole Hill went and snagged a home run robbery. You almost gave up a home run, and he went and climbed the wall, grabbed it, and your reaction was one of my favorite. You jump up and down, you kind of get down on your knees. You're like, "Oh no! Oh my gosh, that was crazy!" Um, that catch is ridiculous. I mean, what was going through your mind?
So shout out to Cole Hill. That is, I think that's my favorite play ever that I've been like on the mound when something happened. But we're up 2-0 in the sixth inning. I give up that hit, so there's a runner on first or second. I can't remember if it was a single or double. Um, and then this lefty comes up. Hang on, I can't remember if there were how many outs there were when I gave up the hit. But I remember when Cole
Oh,
caught whenever Cole caught that home run, that was the third out.
yeah,
So in somewhere in there, I got 2 outs, and
yeah,
somewhere in there I gave up the hit.
yeah.
So, um, and his lefty comes up. I have him 2 strikes. Uh, Elias Stevens was catching me. He calls slider. So I was like, all right, I got to get this down. Like, make him chase. Slider back foot into a lefty. I hung it. It was right down the middle. I mean, middle. And he just turned on it. And I was like, gosh. Like, I knew. You just know when you give those hits. So I was like, well, there goes my shutout at least. Because that would be, he would have tied it 2-2. Um, and I just like wait for a second. And I'm like, and I turn and look, and Cole Hill is out there running back, and then he just stops at the wall, and I was like, ah, that's gone. And then he jumps out of nowhere and just gloves it. I, I don't know, I blacked out. That was unreal. That's my favorite play ever.
Oh man,
So
that was awesome.
he saved my shutout, and we ended up winning that game, so I got to win. So shout out to Cole Hill. Thank you, Cole.
Yeah, that Texas connection. Of course, he's from Dallas as well, the Dallas area. So that DFW connection helped you out there. But that's the Whataburger talking. I think that's man. I miss Whataburger. I love Whataburger. So good. Do you have a Whataburger order? What's your Whataburger order?
Number two,
What
go
is
to
that?
meal, double Whataburger
Okay,
with cheese, and then it just comes with fries, and I get a Powerade. They
Powerade.
got blue.
Wow.
They got they got blue Powerade there. That's what I get, and then regular ketchup. Spicy ketchup's okay, but the regular ones,
I
my
love the
favorite.
spicy ketchup. Love it. Um, One of my favorite moments of the year was in New Jersey. We're looking for our first sweep. We're coming off, I think it was our 11 game losing streak um, earlier that week, and we snapped it against New Jersey. It was a 3 game series. Um, we win the first 2 games, and man, I mean, they were battles. Not easy wins, but a lot of home runs were hit. And in the third game, we're looking for our first sweep in Bird Dog's history, and it's a close game. All of a sudden, it's the ninth inning, and here comes Drew Henderson looking for his first career save. And you go in, you strike out 3 in a row, shut it down, get the sweep. Um, and I just that moment was so much fun. That was the first road trip I went on too, so for me
Mm-hmm.
personally, first year in the pros for me, that was a moment I won't forget. That was a really fun one. What was going through your head during that save you got?
So that was our third game, right? That was
Hmm.
the okay. So I pitched the day before, night
That's
before.
right.
Yeah, and I threw, um, I think just one inning. I think it was just one inning, but it was good. I mean, I clean inning. But I think I threw like 15 pitches or so, and I remember we were a little bit low on arms, and so the next day, Matt Decker, our pitching coach, he like told me he's like, how you feel today? And I was like, like good, like just a little bit tight, you know. I mean, it's gonna happen the day after every time you pitch. Um, he's like, all right, like you'll just be emergency today, like in case we like really need you. So I was like, okay, cool. But I still got like my throwing in, all that stuff prepared, my arm just in case. But in my head, I was like, I probably won't go in today. Like we got a couple guys, and I'm in the pen, and I hear on the little radio we have like a little walkie-talkie. Decker's like, tell Henderson to come to the dugout. Okay, so I run down there, and he was like, can you close this game? Like we need it. And I was like, yeah, like sure. Like this was like I think it was the eighth inning, and I was like by then I was like, all right, like I don't think I'm throwing this game. But I think we like maybe it started being a really close game. I don't remember if we went back and forth with them or what,
Yeah, I don't
but
remember.
yeah, but he was like, I need to know like right now, can you do it? And I was like, yeah, yeah, I'll power through it, I'll do it. And he's like, all right, go get hot. So I go down there, start throwing, and he's like, all right, you got the ninth. And so I warm up during the eighth, go out there, and I was like, I'm just gonna throw whatever. I forgot who was catching. Oh, it
I
was
think it
Gary.
was Evil.
It was
Yeah.
Gary. Yeah, it was Gary. Yeah, and I was like, it might be fastball heavy day because in New Jersey they have a big building in the back, like behind center field, so it's kind of white, like it's like an off-white colored building. So you can get away with like throwing a little more fastballs because it's harder to see. And so I was like, all right, whatever fastball Gary calls, I'm letting it eat. I'm just gonna try and blow it by him. And I went three up, three down with three strikeouts. I think mainly on fastballs. And I was like, well, that worked. So no, it was kind of an unexpected thing. Like I wasn't up there trying to, strike everyone out. It was just like, just get out, like get through this inning, get out of it. So it happened. It did it. It worked out.
Yeah, that series was so much fun. That was the same series that Brandon Kaminer had his first start, and he went four no-hit innings. In that game, it was, I think, a no-hitter into the eighth before it was snapped. Um,
Yeah,
Same series that, unfortunately, Greg Martinez got hurt, but then Nate Roof came in on, he was warming up on the mound after the injury and then went and got the save.
yeah,
Um, and then, of course, that was the same series that I think it was Pino that hit a go-ahead homer uh, in the eighth or ninth, and we ended up winning. I mean, it was electric. I mean, so much fun. That was one of my favorite series all year. But yeah, great time, and of course, you capped it off with a nice save and three strikeouts, three up, three down, which is always fun to see. First career save too. So
hmm
you know you.
yeah.
You didn't really get put in that situation very often. Actually, I don't think you did get put in that situation again because you became a
No,
starter very quickly after that. Um, the one another thing I want to talk about during the season, kind of a cool moment for you, was that you started on Fourth of July. I think that gets overlooked with starting pitchers. Like being able to start on Fourth of July, that is a baseball holiday. That is where people go to watch baseball and go to spend their Fourth of July. And of course, you got to pitch on that day. It was not the result that we wanted to end up losing that game, but what was like to find out that you're pitching on the fourth?
it was pretty cool. I don't think. I mean, they never told me like, hey, you got the July 4th game. It was like I would go on our schedule and count my starts. All right, I got this day, I got this one, like adding up. And so I was like, oh, nice, I got 4th of July, like sick. Um, just I didn't know what it was gonna be like. I mean, I was like, hopefully a lot of people come out, and we ended up. I think it was like a near sellout, so
Hmm.
that was pretty cool.
Was a sellout, yeah.
Yeah, and they had I remember finishing my pin, and like I like back to the routine. I have a like I finish it like we have 7 o'clock game. Finish at 6:55. Walk down to the dugout, get like a drink of water and stuff like that. And then by then they're like about to call everyone out at like 6:58 or something like that. And so I go down the dugout and I see these men walk out onto the field that are dressed up like I don't know, looked like George Washington. They had that stuff on there, the white wigs, and they have these guns. So like, oh, we had been called out there. We did get called out there, and then do you remember this?
Yes, I do. I
So
just think it's
I'm
hilarious you
like,
describing him as the George Washington.
dude, I couldn't think of anything else
It's
to
okay.
say.
It's okay.
You think of George Washington, you know what I'm
I
talking
mean,
about with
that's
the
a great descriptor. The white
yeah.
curly wigs. Yeah.
Anyway, they did call us all out on the field. So I'm standing behind the mound, about to get ready for the national anthem, and they walk out, and I was like, "What?" They didn't tell us anything, and they had these
Mm.
guns, and they did the classic like fire, like into the air or whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, um, that took. It felt like 20 minutes. It was probably like maybe an extra 5 minutes, but like I'm standing there just like my arm's getting cold. Like I'm gonna have to re-warm back up in 8 pitches. Like, and so that's one thing I remember just taking a while. But no, it was cool. Like after everything was done, national anthem, everything, I like turn around and like obviously look towards the plate, and it's just I don't know what 3,500 people over there. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was really cool to see because I was like, wow, like hadn't thrown in front of that many people before, so it was pretty cool. And I think I had a decent start. Like I came out in like the 5th or 6th inning, and it was 2-2.
Yeah.
Uh, no, yeah, just tried. They were a good team. TR was pretty good, so I just had to you know push through it. Um, but yeah, that's what I remember about that game. It was really cool. And then fireworks after the game. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. That I think that's always really cool. The starter for the 4th of July. It's not the opening day starter, where that gets a lot of attention, but I think that's the second best game to start on all year, especially at home in front of your own crowd, a big crowd. So I think that was a really cool moment, at least from me looking down on the field and seeing you on the mound.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, 4th of July games are always super fun. I know there's been a lot of great moments. We've talked about them. But do you have a favorite, maybe on the field moment from the year?
On the field,
Yeah. Of course, other than the Cole Hill catch, because that was,
see, that's what I was gonna say because
yeah.
that was awesome. That was awesome to watch. Um, on field, I don't know.
What about off the field?
Off the field, well, I'd say like my house, the house that I lived in, we had 11 or 12 guys, and so like just getting to hang out with everyone. It's not like not everyone has like their own room. You can't really isolate yourself, which sometimes it's like not fun because like so if like I had a bad game or something like that, go home. I just want to be by myself. But then I got 2 roommates, and then there are 12 people in the house, so you can't really get away from everyone. But on the other side, it was fun because you could hang out with your buddies whenever you wanted to. You just go in someone else's room, go downstairs. We had a big TV. They like to play MLB The Show down there every single night after a game. Every night, I would never play. I just watch because it was so entertaining. But they'd all just pass the controller. Like one person would get in a bat, pass the controller. So it was funny.
I actually have this written down. Who is the best MLB The Show player on the Bird Dogs?
See, I don't know about the bird dogs because I only know about the people that lived in our house. But I gotta say it's I think it's Trotter. From watching, I think it's Trotter. He was pretty good, but the four people that would play would be BK, Steve DiTomaso, Cam Guidry, and Trotter. They just pass it. That's
Really.
the control. I think Trotter. I think Trotter's the best from what I've seen. He's pretty good.
I just find it so funny that you would just watch. Like you wouldn't play, you just watch him. I mean, it must have been pretty darn entertaining.
Yeah, no, it's entertainment because they'd start yelling at each other. Like, why did you swing at that? Like they just start going back and forth. But then
Oh,
when they'd
that's
be
so
doing
good.
good, when they'd be doing good, they're just like, yeah, like encouraging each other. It was so funny, so up and
That's good
down.
stuff. No, I remember you telling me about that. I just love that. That's what you guys did after a game. You just go home, play MLB The Show, watch
Yeah,
MLB The Show.
played
Just
baseball virtually.
yes, more
Yeah,
baseball when you get home from baseball. It's always
that's
good.
right.
Um, who are you excited to see? Obviously, we just announced the 22 guys that have that had their options exercised. You're one of them. Congratulations! Excited to have you
Thanks.
back. Who are you looking forward to seeing back?
Um, the correct answer is everybody,
Okay.
but obviously, like if I had to pick one, BK since he was one of my best friends on the team and my roommate. Um, him and I had such a great built a great friendship. We text almost every single day just about how he's doing. He was just playing in Dubai and he's about to go to Puerto Rico, I think, now to play winter ball.
Hmm.
So we
He's gonna go
just,
play with Yenny LeBoy.
yeah, I saw
Same
that, yeah.
team.
But, um, and then, I mean, I'm excited to have Pino back. I didn't know if he'd come back, honestly. Like, I had no clue about him, but he was great this past season. So it'll be great to have him back.
Yeah, he's a beast. It'll be fun to watch Pino play, and as well as BK. I know that obviously you roomed with BK. You've got a lot of great BK stories, and we've talked about a few of them on the podcast. I think Danny Beal and I had a chat, and of course we had him on. But
Hmm.
he's got so many stories about different like phrases he kind of just sticks with. And I remember you would always pick them up too. BK would
Yeah.
say them, and then you'd start saying them, and then all of a sudden everyone's saying them. And
Yeah.
I remember the one in Brockton. We talked about it with Danny Beal on the podcast. It was right there, right there.
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you. I can tell you exactly how that happened. BK. So we were playing in Brockton, which is like 30 minutes south of Boston, and we after we had an 11 o'clock game, and after that, we a few of us just like Ubered up to Boston to go watch a Red Sox game, um, and I think there were maybe like 10 people that went. Like it was a decent amount, and they were all spread out around the stadium. And BK and I got seats next to each other. Um, and another group got seats like on the other side of the outfield, and then some were down the first base side. Everyone was spread out. Anyway, BK and I are sitting there, and there are these two guys right in front of us. See, I'd never been to Boston, and I did not know the Boston accent was that heavy. And they're sitting in front of us, and this guy just goes, he's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna go right there." And BK looks at me and just starts going, "Yeah, right there," and just starts spamming that saying. And so the rest of the night, him and I just start saying that. We're like, "Right there," and then so the whole he starts saying it around the whole team, and everyone's like, "What?" So like I have to be like, "Hey, like we heard this last night." He's just saying it.
He never
Uh,
explains it. It's always someone else that has to explain it too.
I know, and yeah, he. So everybody starts saying the whole team. It becomes like a thing for like a month or like a few weeks, and then another saying of his takes over. I
Yeah.
don't know, but like he would say it on the mound. Like
Yeah.
he strikes out, look in the dugout, and be like, "Right there."
Oh, it's
So,
so good. It's so funny. Is there any other ones that stick out to you?
yeah, actually in Boston again after the Red Sox game, we were like walking around the area, and then it was later, maybe like 11:30, and we're like, all right, let's Uber back to the hotel. So it was me, Trey Law, BK, and Elias Stevens. And I called an Uber, and they were like on the other side of the um, ballpark. And the thing about the Red Sox, they don't have a player's garage, so they have a street that they just block off, and the players just park there, and that's where they enter. So we had to walk through that street, but like all the players were gone by that time, and so we didn't even think anything of it. And we're walking through that street, and there's one car at the very end, and there's one guy like talking to two people, and Trey Law is like, "Hey, that's Jaron Duran." We're like, "Yeah, it is him. Like, what's he doing?" And apparently, I didn't know this, but apparently he like after every single home game he signs for like if you wait for like a couple hours outside, like he'll come out and sign for everyone and like talk to you and all that stuff. And I didn't know that, but we're walking by, and Trey's like he was talking to these two fans, and Trey was like, "Hey, Jaron, what's up, man? Like, good to see you." And like goes shakes his hand, and he's like, "Oh, what's up, guys? Like, how's it going?" And they had given away like towels that night. It was like a towel giveaway. It had like the green, like their City Connect green and yellow on the towel, and these two fans had it behind them on the sidewalk, and the sidewalk's kind of narrow, and it was just sitting there. BK steps over it, accidentally like kicks it kind of hard, but like it was a complete accident. We were trying to squeeze by them, and Jaron goes, "Yo, watch it."
Oh no.
And BK just looks at him, and then looks back and just keeps walking. And we were like, "Yo, like, say you're sorry, dude." And then Trey was like, "Hey, Jaron, sorry about my friends. Like, keep swinging it." And he was like, "Yeah." And then just like turned away, and we were like, "Dude, that just ruined our chance to just like talk to him for a little bit." Like we had to leave after that. He was actually kind of frustrated, but I don't know.
Yeah, for those of you who were listening last week, Trotter Harlan's podcast, we teased that. I had asked him about that, and we teased that we are going to bring it up in this episode. I was going to talk to Drew, and so there it is. There's the story that you've been waiting for a week. That's one of my favorites. It's so funny. Of course, you got beef with a big leaguer. Why wouldn't you guys have beef with a big
Yeah,
leaguer? You know,
I guess so. Yeah, yeah. Jaron Duran
I,
hates us now because we kicked the towel. We kicked the fan's towel. Whoops.
on accident.
No, yeah, it was on accident.
No, I wonder if I wonder if Jaron Duran remembers that. If he could remember that, I doubt it, but
On,
I think that's hilarious.
yeah, he may not, but no, it was an accident, and he like maybe it looked like BK did it like on purpose, but like we wouldn't do that on purpose. Like,
I'm shocked you didn't look down at BK didn't look down at the bag or something and go right there. But
I know. All he had to say was just like, "Hey, my bad. Like I didn't mean to do that. Like sorry."
he just kept going.
No, he just looked at Jaron and just kept walking. I was
Man,
like, dude,
the story of BK continues. It
I
just
know.
keeps getting better and better. Of course, I know that he's going to pick something up in Puerto Rico or Dubai, and he's going to keep saying it all season. He's going to find something. Maybe it's some Spanish. Who knows?
Yeah, no,
Anyways,
he'll probably pick that up. I wouldn't be
so
surprised. I can't wait to see what he comes back with.
oh yeah, so you played 5 years at Cameron in college. Then you went and played 1 year in the Pecos League for the Garden City Wind, and
Hmm.
now you're in Kinston. Of course, you're from DFW. Massive, massive cities all around, just people everywhere. You go to school in Lawton, Oklahoma, not a big town, and then you go to a much smaller town in Garden City, Kansas. Um,
Yeah.
and now you play in Kinston, which it's bigger than Garden City, but still relatively small town. You can't get away from these small town feelings. I mean, what has that been like for you to consistently play in front of these small towns?
Um, it's honestly pretty. I think it's pretty cool because since it's a smaller town, that's one of the big things to do. You know, like obviously here in DFW, if they put the bird dogs here in DFW, like there are millions of people here, so it's like, hey, we got a bird dogs game tonight. like how many people are really going to hear about it? You know, like you can't
Right.
advertise around the town. Plus, we got the Rangers, like everything. But these small towns, like smaller towns, I guess, we gotta like, hey, the Bird Dogs game tonight. The whole city could show. I mean, like obviously not the whole city, but um, you know what I mean. But like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a thing to
It
do. Like,
right.
it's a bigger thing to do. So I think it's pretty cool because it does bring out like a lot of people, a lot of fans, and they're more fans can be more involved. You know, and you can get to know some of them. There are some that I would hang out by like the clubhouse, that little area, and yeah, it's pretty cool. You can talk to them, get to know them. So
Yeah, the longer I've been out here, it's just it feels like everybody knows everybody. Everybody's got a connection to each other, and that's kind of that small town feel, you know. And um, because everybody knows everybody, the word gets around about the Bird Dogs pretty quick. You know, hey, there's Bird Dogs game tonight, um,
mhm.
and that that'll bounce around, which is fun to see. I mean, we see a good amount of the same fans every game, and kind of build those relationships. And I think that's a really exciting part about what we do. I mean, it's small town baseball. It's been around for forever. So America's favorite pastime. Just
That's right.
it's great. It's great to be around. I want to know more about your time in the Pecos League because it's such a small league that's been around a while, but um, it's professional baseball at um, like that. I mean, that is the grind. That's a grind. You can't get more of a grind than Pecos League baseball. I know from your experience. Um, you sometimes you drive to away games. Sometimes, or you'd have to do your own laundry. You'd have to figure a lot of stuff out for yourself, um, which you don't have to do. At the Frontier League level or really indie ball in general, other than the Pecos League. What was your experience like in the Pecos?
Uh, a grind is the best way to say it. Like you said, it's an absolute grind. But um, the team I was on, the Garden City Wind, we we did really well. This was yeah summer of 24. We made it to the championship. We went 42-9, I think. We broke a bunch of like club records for like and just a bunch of different little categories and also like most wins in a season. And then they just broke that again this past year. They won even more games and lost even less. So, um, but my manager for that team, Easton Barnes, um, he just got hired after putting up those 2 years. Those were his first 2 years as like a manager, like ever for any like club or anything like that. He just got hired on the Missoula Paddleheads staff, so I mean, uh, very happy for him. But no, I mean, he gave me a chance there. It was an absolute grind. We were lucky enough to have a bus. A lot of teams did drive themselves to games, but we were lucky enough. There's a Garden City Community College was there, and obviously since we were there from May till beginning of August, like they're done with school, and so the athletic department let us use their bus. So we got to ride a bus. Thank goodness, because some of like I remember this Austin team. One
The
of the
Austin Weirdos.
yeah, that's what they're called. One of their players drove an RV to all the games, which is pretty smart. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's what some guys had to do. I mean, it's just a grind, and it's like um, uh, little pay. Obviously, you're just doing it for the love of the game, and trying to put up good numbers and make it out. It's pretty hard to get out of there, but it was fun. I did really have a good time because I loved my team. We played so well. We still have a group me, like the group me for that team. Like people will still like texting it every once in a while and stuff like that. Like we had such a close like relationship. Everyone got along with everyone. It was great. So I had a good time, but I'm glad to be in the Frontier League.
Yeah. No, I mean, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Pecos League, there's teams in Colorado, Texas, Kansas, I mean, all over the place. New Mexico, I believe. But yeah, it's a grind, and it's cool to see those who have gone through the Pecos League. I mean, that is the lowest level of professional baseball, and to be able to see that and then work your way up is really cool. Uh, because you see every level, I mean, you see what it's like to play at every level of professional baseball, and I think that's really cool. I think that's a really cool part of your story. Of course, 5 years at Cameron, in Oklahoma. What was that like? What was your experience in college?
Lawton is a below average place. Uh, Very windy because they got the Wichita Mountains out there, and it every single day just heavy wind. It felt like that was probably my least favorite part. Just how windy it is because I mean we play baseball outside and the wind really affects a lot of stuff. So that was annoying, but I had fun there. I was there for yeah all 5 years. I took my COVID year because in 2020 the NCAA gave us an extra year of eligibility just for free, and so I graduated in 22 after my fourth year, but to play my fifth year, I had to start my master's degree, but kind of just started that to play one more year. Not really trying to go finish the master's degree. I'm not a really big school guy. I just wanted to play, which is why I'm playing now too. So
For the love of the game, gotta love it.
that's right. That's right.
Well, as we wrap up here, I got some trivia questions for you. We did it last week with Trotter, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. Last week we did a lot of bird dogs questions. I mixed it up a little bit. I have a couple of Kinston baseball questions, and then, um, of course, I've got one bird dogs question as well. So, first question, and I'm curious if you know this because when your parents were in town, I gave y'all the whole tour. I gave you all the background, and I don't think you were listening very well. So this is a test for you. When was Historic Ranger Stadium built?
40s.
It is the 40s.
Yeah.
Can you give me a
49.
year? 49. Good
It
job.
is.
That is intense. That
Yeah.
is that's
That was a guess.
impressive.
That was a guess.
Good stuff. Well, you get it right. You get 1 point, and the winner of the Bird Dogs trivia gets. We'll go with this stapler when you guys get back. So.
All right. Cool. I need a stapler.
I know that's really important. So, question number two. Of course, do you know the Down East Wood Ducks were here before the Bird Dogs? You're a Rangers fan there, a Rangers affiliate. What
Uh-huh.
was the team and affiliation of the team that played here before the Wood Ducks?
Was it the Kinston Indians?
It was.
Yeah, affiliate of the now Cleveland Guardians, then Cleveland Indians.
There you go. There, you're two for two. Easy,
Yeah, I need
easy.
that stapler. I'm telling you.
Okay, this one. Of course, we talked earlier about how you got a save. That was your first professional save. You finished with one on the years. You became a starter. Um, who led the team in saves?
Give me a second.
Let me know if you need a hint.
Um, Led the team in saves. Was it David?
It was not David.
Wow.
Now, let me give you a hint. There
Okay.
is three of them, all tied for first.
Really?
And yes, I'd love
Is
if you
Greg
could give me all three.
is Greg one of them?
Greg Martinez is one of them. Yes.
Wow. I wouldn't have guessed him because he got hurt in like
Yeah, I know. He had
June,
like
July.
7 or 8 appearances, I think. So I mean, it was, and he got 4 saves in that time. And man,
Okay,
he's fun to watch. Can you name any of the other two?
two more. I mean, I should definitely know this. Luke Truman.
No. Wow. I can give you some hints. One of these
Yeah.
players you were pretty close with.
BK?
No.
What?
In
This is making me
fact,
look horrible.
you sat next to him on the bus one time. You had to
Oh
double
my
up.
god. Nate Roof.
Yes, Nate Roof.
Nate.
And the final one collected his fourth save on the final game of the season.
On the final. Oh, Jackson Hicks.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you're in the running for the stapler, but you
Okay,
did
that's hard.
well.
Dang, that was a hard one.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, they all got four saves, so it wasn't, a crazy amount of saves where we'd see them all the time. But Hicks came in late in the season. Martinez, was there at the beginning of the season before he got hurt, and then Roof was there two different portions of the season, and so none of them played the full season with the Bird Dogs. So
Yeah,
that
that's what threw me off.
and
Because
Roof
Greg,
wasn't even a closer, so
no,
he got four saves.
that's interesting. Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't have thought that because Greg got hurt like mid-season. He was out the rest of the time, and then Jackson got he showed up when we were in Ottawa. That was mid-July.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like I don't think you wouldn't think any of those guys had was leading it. So yeah.
yeah. Um, Now, before we finish, I another one of my favorite road trips that we went on was that final trip of the season. Um, we were up in Lake Erie. We went to a Cleveland Guardians game.
Mm.
You, BK, and I Ubered to the ballpark together and met up with like some of the other guys. Of course, Danny Beal knows Gavin Williams, so he got us on the field after the game. There's a couple rain delays, but that was a lot of fun, and especially for me, seeing all the Kinston baseball history uh, with all the Kinston Indians players that went up to the bigs and seeing them on plaques and everything was really cool. Um,
Hmm.
but that was a really fun trip. I know you enjoyed that, but did you have a favorite road trip that you went on?
Yeah, can you? I bet you can guess which one it is. Everyone
I
said it.
bet you it's every there. I've had four people on, and they've all said the same exact place. It's Quebec.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. The whole Canada road trip was pretty cool. I'd never been up there. I mean, the drive was horrible. It was 21 hours. Um, but there were three teams that we played up there. But Quebec, that was that was a time. That was fun. And the stadium, like those Canadians love those French Canadians love their baseball. They love it. They're in Quebec. They're packing out the stadium every day. Like I had that Friday game like right after we got there. We got there Thursday night. I had the Friday game, and like they opened the beer garden like 2 or 3 hours before the game. So they let and it's right by our bullpen. So they let fans in there, and we're out there like doing our hitting BP, and then pitchers are throwing. Maybe 2 hours before the game, hour and a half maybe. But they're all out there drinking and uh, trying to talk to you. A few of them do speak English, but most of them don't really. But yeah, so they're like kind of chirping you, even before the game starts, and then like our clubhouse sits under the stadium, so it's a tunnel through the dugout, and so I'm sitting in there like doing something like before I go out there, and you can just hear it, just, like they're jumping and shaking it, and um, I go out there and it's packed. It was packed. I think there were like a little over 5,000 there.
wow.
And yeah, I remember I'm about to go out there, and Decker was like, he's like, "You good?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think so." I was like, "It's a lot of people," and he was like, "You cannot think about that." And I was like, "All right, sorry, yeah, my bad." And so end up going out there, but it's weird because once you hear it all, but once like the batter steps in, it's like everything goes quiet. And you just focus on that one thing, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, they're yelling the whole time in French mostly, and then it throws you off because then like two times a game. I don't know what innings, but at least one of them's in the seventh inning. They play "Sweet Caroline" and they sing it word for word in English. I'm like, oh, so y'all know this song? But they love their team, and they definitely hate the opponent. So I mean, it's fun to play there. It's just a good atmosphere because it's so loud and they pack it out every day. Like we played Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was packed out all 3 days, all three. And then they have like a guy on the field with a mic and like running around. It's pretty cool. I really love playing there.
Did you learn any French?
Um, no, no, I didn't. Maybe they were saying
Oui,
they
oui.
were. I think. Oh yeah, that one. But I can't remember. There was. Oh, we picked up a guy in Quebec. Jack.
Jack Seward, yeah.
Yeah. So he was on Quebec at the beginning of the season, and then he was on TR
Hmm.
Rivieras, whatever. So like he
Yeah,
did he did know a little bit, but it's not.
gotcha.
I don't remember what he said, but some of it was just teaching other people some words.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Final question for you as we wrap up. What are some of your goals for next season?
Goals: stay healthy the whole season. That's always a goal. It's not fun missing games, but like I last season, I was hurt the first week, so I missed like opening day. I mean, I was there obviously in the dugout, but like couldn't do anything. Didn't play the whole weekend. Um, that's not fun sitting out. So staying healthy. Um, I mean, the main goal is to like I'm glad we got a big core group of guys back, 22 guys, so like everyone knows what to expect from everyone else. And now that we've already done it for 1 year, I mean, make it to the playoffs. That's the big team goal. But individual, I like to look at my ERA, but I know that it's not always like what it really seems, you know. Um, but I'd like to keep that like under a five. I think I finished with like a 5.1 this year.
Hmm.
I had it under that. My goal was to finish this year under a five. I had it at like a 4 or 3.97 or something like that. And then two of my last starts kind of blew up on me a little bit. So I'd say ERA, even though that's pretty hard. That's pretty hard to like achieve. Like, yeah, I'm gonna keep it under a 4 or under a 5 or whatever. But um,
It's a good goal to have.
yeah, I mean, just main goal for every game is to go out there and get outs, like make it to the fifth or sixth inning, so that we can save our pen. So I don't know, a bunch
Yeah,
of the same goals I had this year, just to go out and get outs and win.
love it.
Yeah,
Well, Drew, I appreciate you taking the time. It was fun chatting with you. I hope you have a great rest of your off season. Hopefully, your boys can go and win another, or at least make it to another state championship and win it this time. And excited to see you in the upcoming year.
yeah. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Have a great Christmas. Enjoy your New Year as well.
Yeah, you too.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for watching episode 5. We got episode 6 should be lined up for next week. Hopefully, we'll keep an eye on that. But keep an eye out for a new podcast. Trying to do it weekly. Um, as these are just fun, chatting with some Bird Dog players, and maybe we'll have some coaches and other figures as well. But thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.